thoughts on North Korea? What's going on there?
You know, obviously, very delicate situation, very serious situation. I wish the president, I agree with many of the Republicans yesterday who came out and said he should tone down his rhetoric. Fire and fury like the world has never seen before. I think for many people that conjures up Hiroshima. I mean, we have seen nuclear detonation before. And I just think he needs to be a lot more careful on what he says. Diplomacy is an art, and you want to get everybody to the table in a peaceful manner. And he is not helping. He is literally putting gas on the fire, and it's not helpful to where we need to be. This is a very serious situation.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Congress on the North Korea situation right now.
Do I think it's a distraction?
Other investigations.
I mean, listen, we've dealt with North Korea and their provocation for a long time. But as president, you know, you got to deal with a lot of issues at the same time. I mean, the one thing I've said to the president, I said it to him personally. I've met with him a few times as chairman of the National Governors. I met with him at the commissioning of the Gerald R. Ford the other day. I've known the president for 20 years. I've been very blunt. Focus on what you said you would do when you ran for office. Jobs, economic development. You promised us, Mr. President, health care for all Americans. It would be cheaper and you would have better results. Unfortunately, in the first 200 days, we've seen none of that. We don't have an infrastructure plan today. We don't have a tax reform plan. And we have had a health care, as the governor of Virginia, I would have lost $1.4 billion over the next 7 years, and 20 to 30 million Americans would have lost health insurance. So what I would say to the president again, we want to work with you. Do what you said you'd do. Knock off the tweets and get serious about tax reform, infrastructure, and help us figure out health care. It does need to be fixed. There's no question that we need to reform Obamacare to bring the cost down, but do it in a bipartisan way. That's all I'm asking. And every time I meet with him, he says, "You're right, I'll work with you," but I'm still waiting for the phone call. But we've got to do this smartly and diplomatically, and the president has got to tone down this rhetoric. I mean, fire and fury like the world has never seen. You know, that's not a comforting message. That's not a diplomatic message. We have seen, I was too young, but I have seen the images of what happened to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, that was fire and fury. And he's now saying it'll be worse than that. Knock it off. You're the President of the United States of America. Start acting like one.
All right, thank you. Thanks, guys.